Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another Hobbit Let's Build. I think this is episode 6 now. And today we're going to be working outside for just a bit of a change. The last few episodes have all been doing sort of the layout of this build, and I'll just come in and show you what I've done, because I've done a little tiny bit off camera. You know, I've just sort of started to fill this corridor out. And I'm going to pretty much do all the ceilings and, you know, corridor stuff off camera for now, and then just come back with interiors for these buildings, for these rooms, and then we're going to start thinking about the rest of the rooms, because we're going to have a pantry here, the odd cellar or something. There's going to be a room here. It's a smoking room on the Wetter design and on Tolkien's drawing. I might make it a guest bedroom. Again, we might have a guest bedroom or study of some kind over in that direction. Bathrooms. Don't know where we're going to have a bathroom. Need to think about that as well. Maybe a back door. Still not too convinced about that, because, you know, we've got the front door. Why would you want a door all the way over there as well? Yeah, things to think about. But today we're going to be working on the exterior. So I'm just going to quickly smoothen. Is that a word? Smoothen? It is now. Just going to smoothen out some of this hill a little bit, make it a little prettier, and then I'm going to start doing my what's his name, Sean Connery impression again. And I'm going to start showing you how I use these hedges over here, and how I've done these hedges for the whole plot, if I can remember, because it's been a long time. So I'm going to be using white wool, and it don't have to use white wool. You can use any block really. You can even use leaf blocks if you want, but I'm going to be using white wool. Don't know why, it's just I like sort of laying things out in wool blocks. It just makes it easier to work with or something, I don't know. But in the original drawing by Tolkien, you know, the gate to Bag End is quite the way round this hill, instead of like right next to the front door like in the films. So I'm going for that sort of look. So maybe about here is going to be where the gate is. So I'm just going to roughly sort of follow the contours of this hill, and sort of bits where it doesn't look that great. You know, it's a bit. I'm just sort of going to bring out bits of the grass, and just roughly come along, and it don't have to be anything special, just to get a sort of basic shape. And there you go. So there's the start. Now what I'm going to do is go through and sort of join these blocks up, just where I can, like this. Don't know why I got rid of that block, I didn't really have to. And just try and make it sort of nice and mixed and random, and it doesn't have to be that sort of the perfect block length in between each gap, you know. And it can even overhang this bit if you want. You know, it's not an exact science. You don't have to do it this way or that way. It's just a very sort of rough sketch. So once we've done that, what I then like to do is go round on this side and sort of just add a second layer. And again, this is only rough, like, you know, you're not doing it all the time. Just add a block sticking out here and there, sort of just beef up the hedge a bit. So it doesn't, you know, this time you're not actually placing it every block, you're just placing sort of every other block. Get bits that are sticking out like this. You know, you just want nice sort of rough edge to it. Just going round, really, really quick and simple, and it doesn't even require any thought at all. It's just sticking to the contours and just going round. And when you get to a bit here where it goes up, you know, you can just go up with it and just have some fun. Just really simple, basic stuff. Alright, that block really wants to stay there, doesn't it? Fine, it can. Okay, so once you've done that, and you've got a bit of width to it, then again, just sort of coming over the top like this, adding bits. So you don't really want a big flat area like this, so you can either put a block there, put a block there. I'm going to leave it this one, and just go around, adding these sort of top blocks where you can. Get some nice gaps going on, and just sort of nice and simply just click about. You don't really, for these top ones, you don't really want to do more than, say, 3 blocks, I think. Depends on the size of the hedge, of course, but you don't want more than 3. Sometimes 4 is okay if it's at an angle like this, you can get away with it. You don't really want to do too much, and you don't want a flat area like this either. So just bear that in mind while you're spamming your wool blocks about. And then you'd think you were done, but one more thing that I like to do now, and that's just go around and add gaps like this in as well, and you can do this on both sides. Again, like I keep saying, it's not like it's an exact thing, it's something very, very quick, very dirty, and doesn't require any thought at all. So this is, so I'm just going around here again. And this is probably going to be, this is the 4th time I've gone around this hedge now. Maybe. We'll be doing a 5th sweep as well in a second, which will just be going round the front and doing the same as what we're doing here. Again, just adding the odd block here and there. So now we just go around the front and do the exact same, so just bits that stick up and stick out. I like that shape there. This one, that might look a bit too much, mightn't it? So we can have one sticking out there, we get a nice shape in here. And because this is quite close to the edge as well, I'm just going to put the odd block down there like this, just so it sort of makes it look like the hedge is actually going down, sort of coming down the hill. And why not, we'll just stick one going right up there, which actually looks a little bit weird from this side, so just do that, looks okay. Up there, bring this down a little bit, put it up there like that, bring it down, bring it round, stick a block here, could really do with a block there. So especially when you get these big dirt bits like this, that's where you want to be punching these holes out. And you can see I've got this bit there. By punching that hole, I've already got this little extra bit that I'm planning on adding, so adds to it. Makes this really easy. Really quick and dirty as well. Just don't know why I keep saying quick and dirty. I must have seen that on something recently. I don't know. I don't even know. Sorry. Anyway, where were we? Punching stuff through. Oh, just a nice little gap like this. And here, here, here. Out like that. Stick out like that. Punch that one out. Block here. Come down. And I'm quite happy with that. So there is my very basic hedge. Now, obviously, you don't want a hedge made out of white wool. You want it made out of leaves and stuff. Shall we test my knowledge and see if I can remember the blocks? It's going to be 162 or 161. And I think it's colon 4 and maybe colon 2. Alright, it's 13 and 14. And 18 colon 12. Was it 161 or 162? 161, 13, 14 and 12. So brush, sphere, 161 colon 13, 161 colon 14 and 18 colon 12. Size 5, mask 35, that's your wool. So what I've got here is a mix of oak leaves, dark oak leaves, and the acacia leaves, which are metadata specific to berry bushes. And you will notice this quite a bit on this server. The metacycle is a bit buggy, so I've used it, and we've got all these acacia leaves. If you just sort of get your blaze rod and just update all the chunks. So it's just, I think a chunk is 16 by 16 blocks, is it? Just update every now and then. You see it's already doing it in some places. Just update the chunk, update that chunk, update the, and if you just right click and then left click, it'll just go forward a biome and then back a biome. And then you've got this really nice hedge, and look at what a difference that's made to that hill already. Just made it look a lot lusher, a lot greener, and a lot smoother just by adding that really simple hedge that just follows the contours of the hill, and it just hides actually how bad the terrain job was there, because let's be honest, it was very rough, and it means that we don't have to spend a lot of time making it a lot nicer looking. So we're nearly done. The next thing that we need to do is add the iron bar wicker textures. So we're going to take our wool blocks again, and this time, I don't know why I've started in the middle, that's going to get annoying. You're just going to place one every now and then, sort of in between these gaps, like, not there, here, and here, and here, and there. Again, this doesn't sort of require, like, it has to go here all the time, or in this situation it has to go here. This is just sort of a very rough guide, and it's up to you how much you overuse this or how little you use this. I like to use it quite a lot, like this texture, because it really adds a bit of colour to the green. And just go over the front and the back, because you want to be able to see the texture from both sides. Just gonna grab some leaf blocks to throw in there. Just, I'm not too keen on this gap. Throw one there, and we'll put white wool here. Again, where's my oak leaves? And that. One in there, in the middle, one there. Get two here, and that'll give us a nice shape. One there, one there. And you can see it sort of just follows quite a similar pattern on where they go, or where I'm placing them at least. And for these blocks like this that are up one, it's a great place to put them. Makes it look like they're sort of being held up, even though the texture won't actually go all the way to the top. Put a dark leaf block in there. And when you're doing this and you think you do need to add some extra leaf blocks in, and you're not sure which one it is, just look around, and you'll normally be able to see more of one than the other. So if you look right here, for example, you've got loads of dark oak, you've got a few bits of oak, and you've not really got any of these acacia berry leaves just in this small sort of 4x4 section. So if you wanted to add an extra leaf in there, that's where this berry bush would come in, which is there. And then put the wicker fence in, and just going to get two oak leaves down there like that. Okay, so that's it then. We've got a lot of white wool in this hedge. And I can't remember the metadata. It's 109 for iron bars. I'm not too sure which it is. I think it might be 3. It's not 3. 9. 1019. So that's where I was getting the 9 from. Okay. Brush, sphere, 101:9:5. Should still have the mask on, so that should be fine. I wonder what block is 109 then. Because I'm sure I've used that recently. 109. Stone brick stairs. Well, there you go. The more you know. And then just right click, and don't have a little mini panic like I just did if it shows up as iron bars, because it's just the biome thing that needs changing. It's just the metas need updating because you've used world edit and the plugin's a little bit buggy. So again, just like you did before to get the acacia leaves to show up properly, just right click, left click, update the chunks, and it should all start to come together quite nicely. Any more that we need to do? Yeah, one there, Oh, there's really quite a bit missing here, isn't there? So we can put one there, one there. So do two there, why not? One here. That. There you go. In there. And that's it. So when you just like come back from a distance, you can see that those textures, you can just about make them out, and it looks, you know, you've got a little bit of brown mixed in with the hedge now, and it sort of makes it look like the hedge is sort of being supported and it's sort of planned to be there. It's there for a reason, and that's sort of it for the very simple hedge design. And these hedges I will be using and have used everywhere. So just to give you sort of a rough plan of where I will be putting them on this Hobbit house, we're going to be going sort of up here, and I'm going to be following the contours a little bit, sort of up to here, and I don't want it too close to the top, so we'll go sort of around this contour, just keep it round all the way here. Really need to fix the biomes in this plot one day. Can't be bothered doing that. Go all the way around here. And I'll be doing this off camera because this is quite boring. Or I don't know when I'll be doing it though. And I might even bring them down sometimes in between these gaps in the roofs. I'm not quite sure yet. And we'll definitely be going up as well and having one round there. The best example of this sort of ring is the Blue Flower Hill, I think that's what I called it, and the farm as well. So I'll just fly over there to show you how I've done those hedges. Okay, so there's the Blue Flower Hill. You can see where it's sort of wrapping round in a ring, but it's also going down and round and creating these like smaller fields. You know, it's like sort of planned hedges, but they're all interlaced with each other. And that's something that I've got from like British farm fields. You know, they seem quite strategic, but also quite random. And again, there's the farm, which all this you can see in the first 2 episodes. I really don't like that Monsters changed the Podzol. I mean, yeah, it's a great texture and it's great for the autumn biomes, but the other texture was also nice. I really liked it, and it could work for underwater, and it worked for my little weed farm that we've got going here. Pipeweed, not marijuana. We're having none of that. So yeah, it's quite upsetting that it's changed it. It just looks a bit odd now. But anyway, back to Bag End. Alright then, so I'm just going to add a small little gateway here, because this video has been going on for nearly 20 minutes now. So I'm just going to add a small gate here. Why have they done that and this hasn't? There we go. Oh really? Have I got to update some of these blocks to no, just this one section. Very strange indeed. Been recording for a while, and I don't really want to be starting anything else that's going to take too long. Otherwise, this video is going to be like another 30-minute extravaganza. So I'm just going to sort of add the slabs, and if you don't know about this slab already, this is a great block to use. Adds a lot of depth to your plots, and I think the actual metadata is it's 44:2, and it gives you what I call the Enviro slab. So we have dirt slabs, and if we get the blaze rod to change the biomes, you know, hell biome, you've got netherrack, you've got end stone, I think that's clay, you've got gravel, which I'm going to be using here and here, maybe here, and no, there and there. The way I like to use this is we've got a dirt slab here and a dirt block here and gravel there and gravel there, so it's not like sort of the same texture. It's the way I like to break it up Otherwise I think it looks a little strange. I don't know why, I think it looks strange, it just does. What other textures have we got? I think that's it. Oh, ice slabs. And we've got the really fine gravel slabs. Sand. I think that's it. It's not... Oh, podzol. Didn't know about that. There you go. So, Taiga, Mega Taiga, gives you podzol. Red sand. Interesting. And a mossy slab. Ooh. Aren't we fancy? I'll be using that. What else have we got? See? It's even good for me to cycle through these, because even I'm learning about things that I didn't know we had. I think that's about all of them now. Just get back to plains, so we get a dirt slab. So there we go. Oh, and we also have this area here. Just add a bit more in. We want the mossy slab here. I think it'll look great because we've got a mossy slab over on that other corner. Come on, there it is. Which biome's this? This is Swampland Mountains. So make note of that. And we want the gravel. So you have gravel and debris. This is what I call the debris. Because it's like quite heavier rubble. Stoned pebbles, gravel. And we need to update those blocks. So yeah, starting to look a little bit nicer. I think what I'm going to do is do more of a hedge, sort of following it along here, and then make this into a garden somehow. You know, maybe add some apple trees, add some other sort of trees around, sort of a path halfway, something quite nice. So I'm just going to quickly plan that out just before I forget. So we're going to have a hedge all along this path. Don't know why I'm doing it backwards because I can't see where the path is turning. Maybe sort of just come down there, and then we can have a path like this. Still not sure what we're going to do here yet. I might just have a hedge that goes up. Depends what if we're going to have another room there or not. And just sort of come round and down like that as well. Maybe we can join them up here, and then we can have a hedge that comes sort of down here and down in between these two houses. Yes, perfect. It's like I planned this. Like I planned this. Like I planned this stuff. There we go, and that'll lead up to a hedge that'll be going around here. God, there's going to be so many people now getting so confused by all this white wool when they come and teleport over here. But yeah, so as you can see, especially in the planning phases, it doesn't really matter how detailed and how good it actually looks. Yeah, that's starting to look a little bit okay, and I can actually quite imagine it now. Obviously we've just cut this poor guy's house off with a hedge, and we need to have a smaller road going through for these houses, or I might just have really long gardens. Not quite sure what to do about that yet. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been a bit more of a planning video, although I have shown you how to do this really nice cool hedge design. Next episode we'll be carrying on with the inside of our Bag End inspired house. Probably doing the interior of this room in the next episode, maybe the kitchen, depends how long that takes. And off camera I'm going to try and get this hall done, the ceiling for this done, and the ceiling for this done as well. So that's about it. Thanks you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.